Terry, go ahead, pull up a squat.
pop
Let's
a
see if I
squat.
get a notification from Instagram. Hopefully, I will have done this right. Nothing yet, but sometimes it takes a little bit. The live is a couple seconds behind the normal Instagram. So
I'll check YouTube real quick.
yeah. So if you want, or Tony can pull up his. If you want to see if it's on YouTube, see if it's working.
It is.
YouTube's good. Okay, so we are live. I'm just trying to see if.
Oh, this is way better.
It sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
Hey, we're there. So it says it's streaming.
Here. I'll double check the gram again. Oh, actually, anything for Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram is straight lacking right now. So let's see. We don't need that. Okay. So we should be good. Interesting.
Did he say like the broadcast to all or whatever?
Yep, it's on. So right
Yeah.
here. View custom. So I just got a notification. I wonder if that's YouTube telling me Amped is live. So that's cool. I mean, I did exactly what was said. Well, in the meantime, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them down below, and we can, get your questions rolling. So, is Mad Bull Red Shark a good bucking for the jack? From my understanding, I've never personally used a Red Shark bucking, but from my understanding, Victor Anderson, or call sign Dad on Instagram, you might know him. Yeah, he uses them all the time.
Yeah, he does.
So he likes them quite a bit. But in my opinion, I don't see why you'd have any problem with them. They're a great deal.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to figure this out.
I would probably just use a modified black or a gray. It was for flat hop, right? Did he say flat hop? Or just bucking in general?
Oh, sorry, what? I'm figuring this out.
No, you're cool. Oh, just a bucking.
There we go. I forgot to click one button. You have to start this, and then it goes.
Okay.
I forgot to do that. But anywho, we're good. We're live on all platforms. Thank you guys. Audio's much better than it was before. So, for Instagram viewers, welcome to the Lunchtime Live. Hope you had a good lunch.
I had a smoothie with the edible straw. Super good.
Very good. 10 out of 10. So if anyone's ever been to, what is this called again? Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Is it a local thing?
I don't know. It seems like it would be.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it anymore.
If it's not local and you have one, give it a try. Very good. The Kiwi Splash. What is it?
It's kiwi.
Yeah.
It's kiwi.
But it's Kiwi something. I forget what the name is. But anywho, very good. Give it a shot. You will like it. All right, Terry. Inferno Gen 2 or Polar Star?
I'm a Polar Star man. The Inferno Gen 2 isn't really that bad though either.
Yeah, they're both fantastic systems. The Inferno Gen 2 or a Polar Star is a very broad question because you're comparing one specific engine that Wolverine is offering and comparing it to the wide range of engines that Polar Star is offering. If you're comparing an Inferno Gen 2 to a Jack, very, very comparable systems. They're both single solenoid, both very air efficient, and both perform extremely well. So in that regard, they're probably going to be.
Well, the Inferno, the one thing the Inferno Gen 2s are the ones that the FCU is in the trigger, right?
Well, there's a Spartan edition and the premium edition.
Yeah, so I guess it would be.
Here, come closer. This is what you see on Instagram.
Oh.
So honestly, you're gonna be good with either one you go with. If you're looking for maximized tuning and adjustability, and you want to spend the extra money, you could go with an F2 or Fusion engine. Obviously going to be much more expensive comparatively speaking to the Inferno Gen 2, but that will give you that little bit of extra tunability and performance in that regard. But, you know, you can't really go wrong with any of Wolverine's drop-in engines. So they're both fantastic companies. They both produce amazing products. So very tough to choose between the two, in my opinion.
It is. If I were to go with a Wolverine, I would probably just get the MTW, like the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than just buying the engine and putting it into a gun. That way, you don't have to worry about alignment or anything.
Yeah, the pre-built rifles have become a very, very good system, especially for guys who just don't want to worry about it. Open the box, put a battery in, plug air into it. You have a pre-built rifle that has a warranty, and you never have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you get a rifle built like someone like ourselves, you know, it does carry like I don't know what the warranty is off the top of my head, but you know, if it has a problem, you just have to get in contact with us and send it back. If there is a problem with the installation or a manufacturer defect.
Yeah.
But other than that,
yeah,
HPA has come a long way.
Yeah. I started off using a V12. I'll never use one of those ever again.
I remember when those came out. They we got one at a local field as like a test. That thing in one round of CQB would eat a 48.
Yeah.
3000. It was just like every time you pull the trigger.
Mine worked good, but like then I got a Fusion engine and I was like, yeah, I'll probably never buy one of these. It was a cheaper route when I first started.
And I mean, you know, I don't like it simply based on the fact that Polarstar went through the engineering to design the Fusion engine. But if you are really pressed like for money and you need HPA,
it's definitely an option.
And you can upgrade them. They're such a clone that Polarstar upgrades work at them.
Yeah.
Which is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
But try to support. I mean, they don't exist anymore.
No.
So it doesn't really matter. But try and support the companies that put the work in my opinion. That's how I look at it.
Same.
But yeah. What's up, guys? What's up, man? Thank you for joining from YouTube. We appreciate it. Open bolt versus closed bolt. Closed bolt, if I were to make a decision.
I would probably say that too. I don't really pay too much attention to it.
Yeah. So for those guys who would be wondering why you choose closed bolt versus open bolt, closed bolt essentially will load the BB into the chamber and the nozzle will be in the forward resting position. So when you pull the trigger, the air comes out and then the nozzle retracts and loads the next BB. What that does essentially is help with consistency shot to shot. If you're doing an open bolt system, the nozzle's in the back position. And when you pull the trigger, the nozzle comes forward, loads the BB and fires, the air in one continuous motion. And what that does is essentially doesn't hurt consistency. I mean, you have to remember, like, we're talking microscopic amounts when I compare the two. Okay, goodbye.
Bye. Peace.
So when you're talking about an open bolt, you might get slight inconsistency differences between a closed bolt system, but at the end of the day, it's a microscopic difference and you're not going to really notice it. But that's why I choose closed bolt. I just like the concept a little better. Oh man, we got Terry today. Well,
not anymore.
You just jinxed it.
Yeah.
It was a very good live so far. The first couple minutes was very, very nice.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Get ready to everybody just leave. You should probably just leave at this point.
I like being behind the camera anyways.
Okay.
Sound's doing good though.
Yeah, supposedly.
Right, cool.
Sound is really good.
It's smooth as butter.
What's an easy fix for a mag feeding with HPA? More than likely dwell, if I'm going to take a guess. Or buckings.
Could be mags too.
Mags feed, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, something you need to, if your mag was feeding fine with an AEG, and then you switch it over to HPA, the first thing I would check is your nozzle alignment. That would be the first thing. The second thing I would do is change your DN to adjust. If none of that is working, you might need to look into changing your springs on your mag because they might have already been wearing out. But generally, if it's working for you as an AEG, it should work fine as HPA so long as your nozzle alignment is good and your DN settings are high enough, meaning there's long enough time for that nozzle to be back for the BBs to load. Those are really the two main things to consider when you're swapping over from AEG to HPA with your mags feeding.
And make sure you're trying different mags too. So,
Yeah.
you know, if one brand of magazine or one type of magazine is not working, maybe ask a buddy or, you know, pick up a singular mag to test it out to see if it, you know, if it's working with that one. It might be as simple as a mag problem. Sometimes that's a very easy fix that, you know, all you gotta do is just change your mags.
Yeah.
I know, like with my AKs, like some feed some and brands and some feed
your
different
AKs.
ones. So
The AKs in particular, it's like we talked about this before. AKs in particular are like so brand dependent. So and like LCT works with certain brands of mags.
Mhm.
They work with SEMAs are different. ENLs are different. Even when you HPA them, now you get that tunability with an HPA unit, and that kind of helps overcome some of those things that you end up dealing with AKs, but AKs end up being super brand particular.
very, very strange.
Very, very particular. Yeah. What else we have?
Redline N7 Milsim or Polar Star Kythera or other pure mechanical options.
So if you want, I think we've said this before too. If you want a realistic trigger, feel the Kythera. If you want the easiest installation possible for a mechanical system, and it's not even the easiest, it would be the N7. Mechanical systems inherently are a little bit trickier to install than an electric system because you have to make sure that the trigger for the gun is matching the either the button in an N7's case or a sear system in the Kythera's case. You have to make sure that those are aligned properly, and that takes a little bit of finessing sometimes. Both are adjustable so that you have an easy time of adjusting to fit the gun that you're installing it into, but it's not as straightforward as an electrical system. An electrical system is literally just it's a little switch that's super light to touch. You don't have to have any like force to overcome that you do with a Kythera or an N7 system. I do think the N7 is a little bit more simplified because it's not the complex sear system of a Kythera. But it really comes down to, do you want the real trigger feel that the Kythera gives you over the slightly simpler installation of an N7? For me, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't have any counterpoints to that. So I think either system, if you put the time in, they're going to shoot. They're going to shoot well.
They're also both fixed volume systems, so you have to account for that too. They're not as tunable as an electrical system. That's also why they are cheaper, because they don't have as many features as a electrical system, and these components are not as expensive to make because it's just a bunch of metal valves and O-rings versus solenoids and electrical equipment that does end up costing a little bit more in manufacturing.
Right. Hey, fellas.
Hello.
Howdy. Welcome to the live. Bring back Terry. Sweet Rick.
Yeah.
Sweet Rick always talking that schmack. It's my live.
I'm back for a whole 3 seconds. All right, peace out.
All right, hey man.
Tom went in the timeout.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey.
Peace out. We get the audio fixed, and now it's just like loud noises. What if I'm listening on headphones?
Hey,
You blew up my eardrums. Amped Airsoft. There you go. You got Terry back. They did not sign a waiver to watch.
Yeah.
The live.
Do you consent to ear rape?
Boys? It's corn.
Bleeding ear.
Gobble gobble. Oh no, not Terry. Airsoft Shitney.
Oh. Yeah, that's all I see whenever I see her name pop up on Instagram. It's just Airsoft Shitney.
Anyone going to Grimnir event? Anthropos 2 at Zulu in New York.
Yeah, it's going to be Eric, Liss, and T2 going to that.
Yes, we do have a crew going, so I think pre-orders cutouts today.
Yeah, pre-order cutoff is today. Guys, if you do want any night vision rentals still, there are a few available. And then they're cut off, 3 p.m.? I think
3 p.m. today. Yeah. Man, I love the guest speakers. Please mark not safe for work. I was watching this at work and a coworker saw, and now I'm out of a job. Sorry, Miko.
Sorry,
That
Miko.
Miko said that?
Yeah, Miko
Yeah.
said that.
Miko,
It's probably all the guns on the back of the wall. Definitely not any of the language we use.
Miko hasn't been in the office in a while.
He's been out sick. Dude needs to come back.
Do you go to all? Do you all go to any AMS games?
Yeah, no, man, we really don't. I'm saying it sarcastically because it was Blackjack that asked that. No, we don't. We don't go to any actually.
I've never been.
I've never been to one at all, especially not Copperhead.
Copperhead was fun.
Yeah, for those of you who are taking the question seriously, yes, we do go to pretty much every AMS game. The only one we don't go to is Central Front because of they have a different vendor that handles Central Front. But otherwise, we go to every single AMS event.
Yeah, we love AMS. It's a lot of fun. The events are put on fantastic.
Yeah.
We always have a good time. So if you haven't tried out AMS, I don't know what you're waiting for.
Yeah, price
For real.
point's really good for a lot of them. They're across the country, other than very, very West Coast. But Copperhead still gets you guys on the West Coast if you want to go to an AMS. That would be the one to go to. They have a lot of different formats. I mean, it's pretty much the same one across the board, but like a front game versus a different name style game. You kind of get a little bit of a more casual play, and then you get the heavy intensity plays at those bigger events.
So who was that guy at Black Site 2? I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Imposters.
Yeah, I don't know who that was. Yo, hey, Tony.
Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Oh, I need to
never
throw
mind.
something at him. Hang on.
Yeah. Hang on, let's get heavier objects.
Can you turn that volume down?
Yeah,
of
can you
Terry's
turn-
computer, please? It's very loud.
Yeah.
It's like chucked a pencil.
Yeah. I was going to check a thing of electrical tape, so...
That's rude.
Like,
that could have
had to
knocked him.
apparently
That
be
could have
heavier than a
knocked.
BB.
That could have knocked him unconscious.
I mean, with how hard I was going to whip it, yeah.
Uh,
I didn't throw it. He did.
nuh-uh. That wasn't me, dog. What?
I'm just going
Whoa! You're gonna stab my freaking eyeball
to
out.
write on your face.
No, well, I mean, it's pencil. It's
Yeah.
not that big a deal.
Yeah, well, I would have dug it in.
Ew. Just bought a new wiring harness. Can't wait to get it. Awesome, man. Hopefully, it fixes a problem. I assume that's why you're,
Yeah.
Getting a wire harness.
Yeah, I would assume there's an electrical issue there.
I do hope it fixes your problem, though. I have been there. N7 is more reliable, and the V2 trigger feels awesome. Yeah, it does. No, the N7 is really cool.
Yeah.
I know like the biggest like gripe people have with an N7 is like that like noise that it has, but overall like
It's a great system.
it is a good system. Like
It's been out longer than the Kythera. I think a lot of people are going to be partial to the N7. Price point wise, they're very, very similar. I think they're like $10 different, maybe
Yeah.
15.
if
But the N7's been out for so long. It is a reliable system. The Kythera is not a bad system though. The Kythera is a really cool system.
yeah. Can we get Isaac as a guest speaker next?
He doesn't really speak. He
Isaac
just kinda
doesn't.
looks and makes some sounds.
Isaac doesn't talk too much, so I
Yeah.
mean he can sit here.
He could just sit here. Yeah.
So we'll try. And I'm still working on Central Front. I will riot. Well, we appreciate it. I mean, we're trying. Caught in 4K. It's actually 1080.
Yeah, it's just 1080.
Just
We're
1080,
not
right.
that fancy here.
That'd be crazy.
4K.
Where just like you see all the
plus.
pores.
Yeah, and then you just like see how ugly we actually are.
Who's that curly head cutie on the right?
That would be Wes. Because
Hi, Dan.
I'm Mega Mind over here.
No, what did I say? Oh my god, dude! I said the. Oh my god, Donnie, I'm sorry, I said the wrong name. Because I saw DAN from DB. That's how my brain works.
Oh,
Sorry, Donnie. Please
Oh.
forgive me.
you hate him though,
What?
Donnie. I was trying to make a joke.
Oh, don't make a joke. I'm already embarrassed enough that I said the wrong name. Dude, I literally my dyslexia of letters has gotten so bad with doing like the orders in the morning.
Oh yeah.
I'll like read like black and red spiral for a line,
Yeah.
and it'll just be like, all right, yeah, pull black and beige. It's getting really bad.
So you're the
How do
reason.
I cure that?
Get good, get sleep, get like better at life in general, I guess. I don't know.
Sorry. Yeah. Clown me, yeah.
We got some over here.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Why you guys so sexy? Born this way, sorry. Is it necessary to take out the regulator from the tank after you play, or just leave them? No, you can leave those on the tank. So there's also 2 regulators we could talk about. There's the one that is on the tank from factory when you buy your tank, and then there's the one that actually regulates the pressure from your tank down to your line. Don't take the one that came from factory out of your tank. There's no reason to do that unless you're flying. The other one you can totally leave on. There's no issue with that. I generally say just to turn the air off so that you're not putting pressure through a regulator the whole time. But really, most of these regulators are really, really robust and tough. You don't have to worry about it. I leave mine on with pressure on the entire time. They're fine. What else do we have? The N7 Milsim is a very proven system and caveman simple, which is the best and worst aspect. Yes, best and worst aspect. Yeah. There's some drawbacks, but there's also some awesomeness about it. Very reliable. You guys know Adrian Camille? I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
I don't. Poor Wes, get him a drink. No. None of that. I have my smoothie. This is very good, though. 2 edible straws are awesome. I said it earlier. I'll say it again. I'll literally never be able to use normal straws again.
I've never used an edible straw ever.
Yeah.
It hit different, that's for sure.
Do you guys TCU/MCU your LMG builds? What's your preferred platform for it? So I know what you mean by the TCU/MCU. We don't really have a fancy phrase for it. We can wire them into the FCU if you want. We do that with all of our HPA builds. That's especially the 249 builds. We did that with the MG4 build as well. A note about that. I'm starting to think you should probably wire it separately, though, because of voltage draw from the mag and the internal magazine. That little quick side note there, but all of our HPA LMG builds that we do have a TCU or MCU. Again, we don't call it anything like that. We run a wire to your from your FCU to your gearbox. That's it. And the preferred platform, honestly, I like the RPK 16 a lot. Or if you're doing a NATO build, we do a lot of 249s here. A lot of 249s, and Mark 46 is variants of the 249. That's about it.
Yeah, I like the RPK 16.
Yeah, the RPK 16 is awesome. That form factor is just great.
This isn't an LMG, but I love the Eric's PKP.
Oh yeah.
That thing is very
thing is
very
heavy.
nice. Oh yeah, it's like
I think it's heavy.
32 pounds.
I think it's like heavy.
Insanity. My wrist definitely, like, it has the 45 on it, so like trying to maneuver that gun, like my wrist like was.
Wait, like you're talking about like.
Well, you'd have to, because the box mag,
you're like that.
No, it's just like awkward to pull the weight up with your wrist. Twin PKPs. I gotta get mine functioning soon enough. If you were to upgrade an AEG, what would be your first upgrade? Honestly, depends on the AEG, but for me, it'd be barrel stuff. So depending on how far your budget would stretch, you could start with the bucking. Usually the bucking is going to be like your least amount of money for the largest amount of return, if that makes sense.
Best bang for your buck.
Yeah, thank you. So I would start with a bucking and then build your way up from there into like your nub, and then a barrel, then back to the hop up. Once your barrel build is complete, you could start moving into the gearbox. it's tough. I mean, it depends on what you want out of the gun. Some guns are snappy enough for people. Some guns have, the right FPS for people. Depends what you want out of the gun. So I'd start with the barrel stuff.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I tell a lot of people that at a lot of events, we're on site, and a lot of people they play their first game or something like that, and they're like, "I'm not reaching far enough," or "I'm not performing as well. Like my gun is not performing as well as other people's guns who say that have upgrades." The first thing they'll always do is upgrade. If you already haven't, upgrade your BB weight to heavier BBs for outdoor play. If your hop up can handle it, which most can handle up to about 3.6s without any issue. Most stock barrel setups can. They can hop 3.6s.
I was gonna say 3.2s. 3.2s is usually
3.2s is very good, but I'm saying like up to what they
Yeah.
can handle, probably 3.6s.
Depends on the gun.
3.2s is kind of the go-to route, I would say. If you've already started using 3.2s, if you want even a little bit more out of it, you need a high polished barrel, so there's not resistance on the BB from the machining ridges that happen, and they're not like very visible, but if you know what you're looking at, you can actually see some ridges from the machining process of those barrels. So high polish barrel, which would be an edgy or PDI level of barrel. A very good bucking, which would be like a maple leaf, a probably purple. Honestly, a modified black would be another one. Some type of flat hop system instead of a regular hop system, or if you want to go crazy, go an R hop route, and then different nubs can help with the flat hop versus regular hop versus R hop. That's about it. Most of the time, your stock hop up unit, you don't really need to upgrade, especially if you have like a Crytek or a VFC or KWA. You don't really need to upgrade those. If you have like an older GNG or you have a Lancer or you have something like that that's has a very plastic, non-rotary style hop up, I would suggest upgrading. But realistically, you don't need to.
I was gonna say if it's a rotary, you're usually cool for a long time.
Yeah.
If it's not a rotary, I would consider upgrading.
Yeah.
But as budget allows, I mean, sometimes you just want to do the bucking and nub and call it a day.
If you're looking,
polish your barrel,
if you're looking for a upgrade, Max Hop Up is our kind of go-to for M4s. Lonex is our go-to that's readily available for AKs.
No, I would still say, I mean, the Combat Union is a fantastic hop up, but I would still say the Lonex is the go-to because a lot of people who are doing barrel work do not want to go into their gearbox to swap the nozzle.
Yeah, and
that's
added
respect.
cost too.
Yep, cost, work, labor, higher chance of messing something up if you're not, if you're not comfortable with it. Most people are very comfortable with doing barrel work.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to be like, yeah, hey, it's first time doing a bucking, dive into the gearbox. So if you want to start tackling those.
Hey dudes, what's up, man? That thing needs mounted to a Jeep.
What thing?
What thing?
Sorry.
I think I missed that. That's a turret, not an LMG. Correct. People saying hi to each other. Tell us about the SMC9, please. Okay. The SMC9 is a gas blowback kind of upper for a GTP9, which is G&G's gas blowback pistol. It's not really based off of anything from the real steel world. It's kind of its own airsoft thing. And then you can take the entire upper slide off of it and then put your lower into the SMC9. Now the SMC9 does come as a complete kit. You can buy it as a complete gun. And it pretty much is a carbine kit for a pistol is the best way to look at it. It's a gas system. So you do have to account for the drawbacks of gas systems when you're buying it in a rifle form, which is just dealing with green gas in general. If you can do CO2 mags, which I think they make for that now, I would highly suggest that. Regular maintenance on those is highly, highly needed because metal on metal, lubrication, gunking it up, gas blowback problems. Yeah, great gun.
Mm-hmm.
Great gun. Just be aware you're running a gas gun now.
Yeah.
Treat it like you're running a gas gun.
Yeah, running a gas blowback rifle is definitely a change of pace from your standard stuff.
Yeah, I mean, super fun. It's super fun as long
absolutely.
as you take care of it and like how much maintenance it's going to need. I mean, there's sometimes I ran my GHK at a AMS event. I had to clean it out halfway through the day because it started getting gunked up on me. Just mag after mag after mag and reloading. It builds up gunk and debris from the bolt reciprocating.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Buy one of these and it solves your issue.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't, because I mean, yes, it does in that. Okay, so bring me that thing, since now we're talking about it. So this mag is a Wii M4 mag. That's an aftermarket one, and you can only use it on Wii gas blowback M4 rifles or things based off of it. This is actually a really cool system. It's a really cool way to HPA your gas blowback and tune it in, dial it in without the drawbacks of green gas and CO2. And where we're talking about the regular maintenance part, because you're running straight air, you're not dealing with the residue that CO2 leaves or the residue that green gas leaves inside your barrel and on your bolt. But what you are still dealing with is the reciprocating bolt getting gunked up, oil, lube, debris, all that is still going to be in your gun that you're going to have to still now clean that out regularly. Maintenance periods will then not be as bad using HPA, but when we're talking green gas, CO2, stuff like that, then you do have to deal with that.
I don't even think they make those anymore.
I think I saw them on Evike a little while ago. I know Elijah was looking for one.
I thought we saw them the one day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah. And then
have y'all made a Discord?
We have a Discord.
Do we?
We rarely use it.
I was gonna say it's one of those things that just exists.
Yeah, it's like our Twitch. We use Twitch for this, and that's like it.
Yeah, so if you like stream on a specific platform, we have it. It's just that's all Twitch does.
I'm gonna just see. Eric's LMG needs mounted to a Jeep. Yes. Okay, you're entirely right. Yes, that thing is hefty.
Hey man, we were running around with it. It was all right.
Can't wait. Talking to each other. I'm just gonna keep reading through these.
Good CO2 pistol.
Glock.
Well, the Gen 5 comes as a green gas.
But there's some Glocks that do have a CO2 compatibility with mags. That's what I would do. We were working with a group of people last Thursday that were running a bunch of CO2 Glocks, and they were working well for the certain training we were doing.
And then the Elite Force 1911 still a tried and true classic.
Yeah. I'm running an SPO1 that's green gas or CO2. That thing rocks. Let me see here. There is HPA adapters for the SMC9 now as well. Yes, there are. I want Crazy Tom to build my gun. I heard he's the best in the biz at Chef TJ. I mean, if you guys are looking for us to do a custom build, we are able to do that, like customer requested custom builds, not just the formulated ones on our website. The queue is quite large right now, being honest, especially with the holiday season. It gets really big. If you guys want to do a custom build or have us do a custom build, email us. We can walk through what we can and cannot do currently just because of time frames. If it's like crazy, like you want a Tavor or an AUG or something that's nuts, we're probably not going to be able to do it right now just because of time frames, and that is mainly the reason why. If you want like an M4 that we don't have on the website HPA'd, or you just have your gun that's in one piece and you want it HPA'd, email us. We can do a custom build for you if you want. Yeah.
Cool.
What else do we have? Do you have anything there?
Nah.
Okay, let's keep going. I think YouTube.
Hi, Ty.
Hi, Ty.
Ty joined on Instagram.
I heard a lot about the Kythera. Could you explain it a bit? Could you put the Discord in the comments? Possibly. Because again, we have it, we never use it. So I might be able to find you the link.
Yeah, worst case, just message the Amped Instagram page and we'll just send you a link. Yeah.
And I've heard a lot about the Kythera. Could you explain it a little bit? So the Kythera is Polar Star's mechanical system. It's a very unique mechanical system. It uses a sear system, and if you don't know what a sear system is, most real firearms use some type of sear system. And what I mean by that is, generally speaking, you have a bunch of metal pieces that kind of hook together and hold tension. And when the trigger is pulled, you have another metal piece pulling those hooks apart and releasing that tension of the spring, thus either allowing, in this case, a valve to let air go through the system, or that spring goes forward and hits the bolt. The Kythera has, like I said, a spring system. It basically, or a sear system, it basically has tension put on it from the air, and then as you pull the sear, it opens up a valve, air flows through, and then it closes again. It allows you to get a realistic feel like you would on an AR, because it uses that same system that an AR does. Same. It's not the exact same. It is nowhere near the exact same. You cannot just magically put this into a real gun. That will never work without heavy modification. But it's very similar in function. It's like same technology, I guess the best way to put it.
Yes. Same concept.
Yeah. That's kind of it. It's a fixed volume system like all mechanical systems are. It does have some cool ways of slowing the nozzle down if you want, but you have to tear that apart to do that. It's a cool system. It's a mechanical system. It's well built. There's different nozzles for it, like all of Polish Star systems.
It's cool.
Same with the N7 though. Like most mechanical systems have different nozzles and stuff.
Do you like the new Winter Red Bull? No.
I haven't tried it.
Who?
I've heard it's
No.
not good.
I know exactly
Just now.
who asked that question.
Who?
Amtmiko.
Correct.
Hello there, fam. What's up, dude?
What's up, bro?
I
Hi.
have
voice.
one over here. I run the CZ Shadow, but it has been jamming up a lot lately, so I'm looking at switching up. So if you're starting to get jams on that, it might just be a matter of cleaning it out. If you've never like fully teared it apart and cleaned out your nozzle, your blowback housing, the slide, any of that, your jams could be from debris that's now built up in there, and you might need to just clean it out, re-lube it, and put it all back together, and you should be okay. If there's a broken piece in there, though,
It's broken.
it's broken. I'm not going to tell you that you can find spare parts for that. You can. They're really hard to find, unlike Elite Forces guns. Elite Force really does make spare parts kits for a lot of their guns. So that's about one of the only pistols that you could, really repair is some of Elite Forces guns. But yeah. We already got that one. Kythera versus Redline N7, which is better? It's really hard for me to answer that like black and white, because they are very, very similar and they both work really well. Like we said before, Kythera, realistic trigger feel, a little bit more complicated of a system though. N7, very simplified system. It's a button that is opening and closing a valve, and your finger on the trigger literally just controls that opening and the closing of the valve.
Like a plunger.
It's literally one of the most simplistic systems on the market. Because of that, it's very reliable and robust. Really depends on what you're going for. I'm not saying the Kythera is unreliable, though. The Kythera is very reliable. It's just, do you want the more complicated system that has a realistic trigger pull feel to it, or do you want dummy simple? It's just going to be open, close, open, close, open, close with your finger. It's really up to you on that one. Again, there's like $15 difference. So even that, it's like, it's hard to say one or the other because they are so close in price and they're so close in functionality.
Yeah.
And Mancraft, anyone using. So we just got some in, and they should be going up on the website soon. I'm not going to say anything about Mancraft because I only have very limited experience on the Bolt Mancraft systems. I don't have a lot experience on the M4 or the version 2 or the version 3 systems that Mancraft has. However, we just got some of those in, and we will be having those up on the website soon. So keep an eye out for that. Live leaks.
Live leak.
But I'm very interested to try those out, and we are going to be probably implementing those into our online builds as well as an option for you guys to choose from.
Hello, my brothers and sisters. Hello, friend. Hope school's going well.
Hello.
Those conversations.
Oh, we got our first bot. I can't wait to. Oh, yay. Bot. I get to block it.
Our first bot. Wow. What a time to be alive.
Sorry, 69xxx.life. You are a bot. You are very clearly a bot.
Private dating chat girls. Dude, that's real.
That's a real.
It said it 3 times in all exclamation points.
That's real, dude.
I mean, it might be real.
I
love.
think it's real.
It might be real, but it was blocked anyway. So I'm sorry if it were real.
Surprised you didn't fall for that, Tom. Oh boy, look who's messaging me.
Oh my god. Why is Texas cold? I came for effing warmth. Well, it's cold here too, brother. I hate it.
It's very cold. Texas is a very big state. It's also a very mountainous state in certain areas, so it gets cold. Just because it's south, it doesn't mean it's
I know
warm.
this guy from El Paso.
Oh, yeah.
Who always tells us about it.
Yeah, I don't know who that would be.
be.
I haven't talked to him in a minute. But yeah, it's cold. He's told me.
I'm gonna fucking headbutt Tuesday night.
Wait, there aren't any lonely singles in my area? No.
No, man. They're just bots.
They're all bots.
You can talk to them
They're all
though. If you
NPCs.
like
NPCs.
NPC. If you feel lonely, you can probably talk with them. They'll talk with you. It's just they're gonna eventually ask for credit card information to continue the conversation.
Is there anything similar to the Kythera? Yes, the N7 Milsim.
And the Mancraft.
And the Mancraft.
Reaper mechanical system, but they don't really sell that a lot anymore, so that's why we don't really talk about it that much anymore. They are maybe coming back. I don't know.
I'd eat my straw before it goes bad.
Okay, so your straw that serves a function to like drink your drink can go bad.
Well, no, it doesn't go bad. It just gets soft.
So it's not
It's empty.
functional.
My
anymore.
smoothie's empty, so now my
So, but what if it wasn't?
I think it'd be all right.
It's still together.
But like, if it gets soft, can you still,
Yeah,
like,
I
get
was
liquid
just-
out of it?
I was just using it.
So most of the time, when people are trying to get liquid out of stuff, it needs to be hard.
It still holds a shape.
You
Okay,
can always get something out of something, even if it's soft.
Yeah.
I'm just
Shut up,
wondering.
Tom.
I'm just wondering.
I think glad you think
What?
that.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Hey.
Hi. Any more news on Gate new HPA? No, they have been ordered. They are currently, I think, shipped. If Lex was in here, I would ask her, but she's not.
Crink blasters in stock? Not at the moment. We're still waiting for the crinks.
Wait for your
People love
crank.
those.
What?
People love those.
They're awesome, man. They are awesome.
Smart.
Every now and again. That was Ryan's idea. I'll give him credit for that.
Nah.
Yeah.
You're nicer than me.
I mean, he wanted to do. He's like, "Yo, I wonder if this fits." And we're like, And here we are. But just sign up for restock notifications. That way, as soon as they come back, you'll be able to be the first to know.
Yeah.
You'll be able to.
And
Scoop
they
one.
will go very quickly. So if you see them in stock, grab now.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to clarify, you can only get the liquid out if it's hard.
Yes,
Correct.
that is the proper way of doing it.
Correct. There are unconventional methods, but
I mean, you just said you could get it out if it's soft.
bro, leave my damn chewable straw alone.
I don't know if
You haven't even eaten your lunch, so I don't want to hear it.
I'm not gonna.
to Jersey
If I get ASMR this.
No, don't. I'm not letting you. I'm not letting you.
You definitely could do it with that.
I was gonna say.
Would you all like to see me eat some Jersey Mike's on the live?
What is
Start
happening?
tapping it.
No, we're not tapping the mic. So watch the viewers just like
Yes,
plummet.
Pour a bag of BBs on
Plummet,
it.
they'll increase.
Pour a bag of BBs on it. ASMR.
Here, let me open up my chips.
Now that we have like an actual mic.
Hell yeah! I'm about to pull it up on my phone.
Hurry, Jerry. It's just slightly delayed. Oh, you missed it.
Tag in returning soon? Yes, very soon. Not gonna say an exact date because tag in is still up in the air. I'm pretty sure it's all figured out though. It should be returning very soon. I'm not gonna say an exact date though. What? I don't know.
Eric, don't what me.
Wait.
You liked it.
What? Ouch, my ears from oops.
Oh, oops. Turn your volume down.
Take your earbuds out.
Shout out for me. Yes, hello.
We can read the name. Silly goose. That's not how shout out works.
Oh. Yes, hello. Peony Weekend Warrior.
Okay.
Did you get a chip in possibly the rip of your mouth?
Mm-hmm. What's Eric laughing at? Hi, Silly Gilly. Welcome to the live. Thanks for stopping in. I see. Hey,
I just keep hearing Erica laughing about me doing shout outs without
Um,
shouting anybody
I
out.
think I'm bleeding. No,
Do you
I'm
need to go to
cool.
MedExpress?
I need a Band-Aid.
Quick! Lean back, I'll fix you.
Tourniquet me.
Just start tourniqueting your tongue.
Ooh. No, I didn't stab my tongue. It was like that gap in between your gum and teeth.
Sounds yummy.
Send a chip right up in between there.
Yeah, just like,
Wow. I'm feeling the pain just thinking about it.
Yeah, it was not a good sensation.
sorry guys, we're just like reading comments. I have the stream over here of comments, and then we have the Instagram because this won't populate Instagram for some reason. But yes. If you guys have any more questions or comments, please.
Yeah, I
send
think
them
we're
in. Yeah, we're pretty caught up.
super glue, Wes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Whoops. I'll get right on that.
Actually, yeah, we'll just just grab Loctite super glue, and then you just
Get out of there. Who is going to Grimnir this weekend?
Eric, T2, and Alyss.
What's up, guys? What's up?
What's that?
Who do you guys think is going to win the World Cup? What's the World Cup? No, I'm just kidding.
Soccer.
I'm-
It's, football, actually. I'm sorry.
You're
That's
right.
insulting.
Football.
Yeah, football.
Isn't it?
It's baseball, actually. Yes.
I hope the Steelers win the World Cup.
Yeah.
I actually don't know. I don't partake in that. Sorry.
It's like the Olympics. It's all nations. Like it's the U.S. versus you know how these things work.
What?
Is that the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, did they win the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, the Steelers won the Stanley Cup.
Who the hell's Stanley?
He's a steamer.
Yell Nose, you know, from Holes, Stanley Yell Nose. His first name spelled backwards is his last name and first name.
Yo.
Do you think it's too early for Crimbus music?
Yes.
Yes, not until
Yes.
Thanksgiving. I want to see your guys' local site. What should I Google?
Airsoft.
Yeah, Amped Airsoft.
.com.
No. If you go into Google,
Yeah.
if you want to see the location, you do Amped Airsoft in Google, and then you do Street View.
Oh.
Like, see it.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not from around here.
Oh. I thought you could, just fly here and see it.
Yo, janitor, did you get those barrel builds?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm in the UK, by the way, so no danger of me showing up. I mean, hey,
Thank God.
you're still welcome.
Yes.
We've had one person from the UK this year.
We have had someone
had-
from the UK.
We've had multiple people because we had, not from the UK. We had some guys from Denmark. We had some guys from Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of people from out of country come in.
I just placed a custom order a few days ago. Well, thank you for the support.
Kajot thanks you.
I think it still shows pictures from the old location. I think we do need to update the Google stuff on the inside. I have to figure out how to do that. I'd like to do a shop tour at some point, but right now it's just we're in such disarray with how
Yeah.
busy we are.
Yeah.
Um,
Holiday season is not the best time for anything like crazy.
so Googling our location, essentially, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's different in the UK, but for us, if you Google a business, which would, in our case would be Amped Airsoft, and then you would go to maps.
No, I think he means like our website. Amped Airsoft, that's its own site. I think he means our website. So it's ampedairsoft.com. Since you're in the UK, I'm assuming that's why you're asking.
Oh,
I mean the local site where you guys play, not the shop. Sorry. So TRP was was the local thing we did last weekend, as well as we tried to go out to Battlefront, which is in Ohio. Both awesome locations. There's a few other like local fields as well, but mainly they're all
in
about
Ohio.
an hour and a half to 2 hours sometimes. Like
So-
Odin's is 2 hours, right?
Three.
Three.
So you have
what did I say?
Odin's, you have MK, you have Ohio Valley Airsoft, and then Battlegrounds.
Mhm.
So there are a decent amount of places, but they're mostly CQB.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 outdoors, but nothing like what you guys have in the UK.
Well, there's also Mercer.
Mercer too. Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
Mercer.
I forgot. That's my mistake.
And then we
So-
got a few over here too.
There's a few decent places to play for sure.
Can you shout out my boy blank? Today is his 40th B-day and just moved out of his mom's crib. Yes, I can shout him out.
Bro, let's do the damn thing, bro.
Operator Dimbus.
Congratulations, you've been shouted.
You've been shouted.
Have you ever tried the throat mic setup? No,
I
have
didn't
not.
for Airsoft. There was a camp I worked at where they gave us throat mics, and it was super garbly. Especially because I have a beard, and if I do not shave my neck, it would get like literally scratchy in the throat mic.
Neck beard.
Neck beard.
Shut up.
I wasn't talking about you, Terry. You just called yourself out for that one.
If you're looking for one that is,
Veneered and I'm proud of it.
you're very special. You're very proud of your specialness. Sorry, I'm now getting confused. But no, if you're looking for a good throat mic, Code Red makes a really good one. I've heard that it's very clear. And I've actually worked with guys who were using throat mics and they were using the Code Red and it came through clear. I couldn't tell that they had a throat mic on. What do you think of kids playing? I think kids playing
Airsoft.
I think kids playing Airsoft is probably one of the best things ever because
It's very important for
it's
the game.
really, yeah, I think so. Yes, kids don't know what they're doing. Okay, yes, that can be annoying. But realistically, like a TRP, I was running around this one. There's a few kids that we were running around with that kept hopping in with us. There's this one kid who was like pretty into it. He was probably about 14, 15. And he didn't really know how to move. And he saw all of us running up and we kind of made this like U of hitting up the flanks, and the center area was not really like, it wasn't a lot of fire from us. It was really the enemy team coming at us. And so he was trying to go through the center and he was kind of a little bit worried. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to shoot, you go. And he got really excited. He got into that. And that's kind of the big thing. You see a young player, encourage them and teach them. If you're getting annoyed with them because they don't know something, well, teach them. They're not going to learn unless you just show them the correct way, or in your head, the correct way of doing something, because if they don't know, oh, I'm going to give you cover fire. When I'm firing, they're going to put their heads down and then you can move safely.
Yeah.
And then they're going to start doing that. And as long as you can teach them and you see that they understand, they're going to become a much better player. You're going to have fun playing with them then. I think kids playing Airsoft is a great thing. You do have to have a little bit of patience though. If you're going to a bigger milsim and you're paying to, you have a good time, you have a good experience, a lot of times you're not going to run into kids there because they don't have the money to go do that or travel and do that. If they do, there's very little amount of them. And if you really don't want to be around them, it's very easy to avoid them at those bigger AOs, those bigger events.
Well, you also have to remember a lot of event producers do have an age restriction as well.
That's true
from
too.
a legal standpoint. But other than that, having younger players get into the game is critical for the game.
Yeah.
If we're not encouraging, people to play at a young age, or, like Tom said, just, if you're not there to help them if they have questions, they're not going to come back and they're not going to grow the game.
Yeah.
And theoretically, if you don't have new players and don't have people who are getting into it, it's going to fizzle out. But yeah, like you said, I mean, you have to scale. You can't just come in and be 12 and attend an event that requires some physical endurance.
Yeah.
There is we all start somewhere, and most of us start at local fields with their friends or in the backyard, and that's where I started. That's where probably you started.
Yeah.
And over the course of time, we fell in love with this game. We learned, and we just climbed the ladder essentially.
I think the other thing you got to think about is you and I are talking about our personal, where we came from with this game, when we started, what we did, who mentored us, and those groups of people that pretty much guided us through it. The other thing you have to think about, guys, is a lot of people get into airsoft because they're playing video games. A lot of younger kids are playing video games, and then they go and they look, oh, an airsoft gun, that's really like Call of Duty. I want to go do that with my friends. It's really easy for young kids to get into it, and it's really a good thing. Like I said, if that's not your thing, if you don't want to be around the little kids, it's very easy to go to a different flank, go to a different area of the field, and just avoid them.
Yeah.
And you will definitely hear where the kids are on the field. They're very loud.
I got pranked by a child at TRP on
Yes,
Sunday.
you did.
I did.
Yes, you did.
I didn't realize the theme at TRP was Stalingrad.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, me neither. And apparently, isn't it Germany versus Russia,
Or
right?
Soviet.
Yeah, something like that. And we're all standing there, and he walks up to me and goes, "You're on the wrong team." I was like, "What?" Like, I looked at my blue armband. I was like, "What? I'm on the right team." And was, "You betrayed your country." And I'm like thinking that he's talking like I betrayed America because I'm wearing a Russian flag. Yeah. And then he's like, "No, this is the German side." And I was like, "Oh my God, I had no he got me really good."
Yeah.
Oh, funny. I did. I felt absolutely
it was hilarious.
Brain dead. Like my brain was just melting out of my ears at that point.
It was very funny. The kid was hilarious, actually.
Yeah, he was, and that's the thing. Like, the kid was probably 13, 14 at most.
The funniest part about playing with kids too is how much they surprise you too. Because you look at a kid and they're like, they're kind of like, you feel like they're just gonna bumble around and they're loud and they don't know really what they're doing. And then they'll just take off and they're like, get way ahead of somebody and actually end up flanking a good group of people because they just take off. And it works and it's hilarious. And I think it's
short.
Yeah. Oh God.
They use the cover it's such an advantage for them as well.
They're as tall as the desk, or probably slightly taller, and all they have to do is like crouch down just slightly, and they're underneath every single thing.
Right. Give them a Ranger handbook, a whoopee, and call it a day. Sounds good. Who makes the best HPA tank bags?
Tank bags.
I mean, it depends on your kit. Depends on how you're attaching it.
Yeah.
I saw Cole's comment. The GMR Minimap is genuinely a good tank bag, but it's not very easy to obtain nor financially logical for the most part.
I run a flat pack. I like the flat pack a lot. For two reasons as far as tank holding goes. One, it's expandable and it's collapsible if you want to run a small tank or a big tank. The other part is it has Velcro on the inside. So if you want to run like a dual tank setup, you can put Velcro wrap on the outside of your tank and it stays in place without having to strap it down or anything in the flat pack. That's why I like it. There's also the Vulcan. This is the only like Vulcan product that I'm really, really into. They have a tank holder that it's like a Velcro belt setup and it has MOLLE on it, but it has a lot of cinching points too that are elastic. I think that's actually a really good universal one that you can put in a lot of different locations. That one's a pretty cool one. But
or like the Condor hydration bladder.
Yeah, that's the like most common one. Main hot tip about running a tank in a backpack is, for the love of God, roll 2 t-shirts up and
just
put
shove t-shirts in.
Yeah, just shove t-shirts in that thing and pad your back, because after about 2 hours of running around in the woods, it's just going to hurt your spine because it's just hitting the back of your spine.
We're down to some short time left.
Oh yes, okay. Let me.
But yes, silly good. This is a good one. A BB from a 13-year-old is just as powerful as a BB from a 30-year-old.
Yes, absolutely. That's
So-
a very good. That's a good comment. We do a youth day every year for the kids at our field to teach younger kids the sport and good sportsmanship. We bring seasoned players out in couches to work with the kids. Very cool.
Coaches.
Oh, to coaches. Sorry, I read that wrong.
But
I'm
yeah.
all right with 12 plus, but not like 8-year-olds. I mean, there is definitely, if there's a certain age that's more teachable and impressionable than younger kids. Younger kids, very younger kids, like you're saying, 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's going to just go over their heads because they're just like kind of there.
Yeah. So
Yep,
it's a very good topic of discussion. But I think it's all about the place you're playing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
You can be encouraging anywhere, but some games are just physically not safe.
Yeah.
For someone that young. That's
Yeah.
all. But
All right, guys. I think we're going to end it there before Instagram kicks us off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Sorry about
Join
me
us
being late.
at Grimnir this weekend.
Yes.
Come to Grimnir.
Guys, talk to you later. Thanks so much.
Love you. Bye.